I love that charity. It's awesome. But chat, my time as a host has come to an end. I know you've seen me a lot around here, but I will be coming to hang out with you in chat for the rest of the marathon. But before I go, I'm going to be throwing it to an interview with our next run of Stardew Valley. Take a look at this interview.
Hello, everyone. You're watching Completithon 2025. My name is Selkithmind, and I am delighted to be here with one of our runners for this event. If you'd like to briefly introduce yourself and your run.
Hi, I'm Zachary20xx, or just Zachary. I am running Stardew Valley glitches every percent. So a glitch category to run all of the main board Stardew Valley categories.
Incredible. Now, I've had the incredible pleasure of getting to see this run before, but I don't think most people have. So, for those who have no idea what to expect in this run, what are they going to see?
Yeah, so like I said, it's every category, which consists of, on the Stardew boards, there's kind of a restoration runs, which is completing some of the main bigger quests of the game, a lot of item fetch quest type stuff. Then there's also kind of like subcategories of that, as well as a bunch of marriage runs. So we're going to see a lot of NPCs actually, which is not, unless you're seeing specifically marriage categories, not necessarily that common with Stardew runs. If you're seeing anything else, it's a lot of ignoring the town, running around, and then also a couple mines categories. So we're kind of bounce around, do a bunch of glitches, spawn in a bunch of items, including a lot of like really fun late game items to go fast, bounce around, warp wherever we feel like, and kind of just spawn in every item we could ever want.
I can absolutely vouch for the fact that there are some wild things that get spawned in. It's very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is a very unusual category. I believe it's not on SRC,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe you are the creator of this category, correct?
Yeah, I suppose. Weird to say, but yeah, correct information, I guess.
So, I guess what inspired you to develop this, or at least have the idea of putting all these glitched runs together into one?
Yeah, so I saw a version of an every percent at the previous Frost Fatales. It was Astrid the Horror Girl's Amnesia the Bunker run. So it was an every percent of like an any percent, inbounds, and no major glitches, and a glitchless. And I, of course, started thinking up, Stardew has so many categories. Wouldn't it be really funny to do that? And actually, prior to doing this glitch version of it, just like on my own, did a glitchless version of it that took many hours segmented over days. And then after doing that, was kind of like, actually doing a glitch version of this, each of the individual runs is like a couple minutes. You could really kind of just jam pack those all together for a singular glitched version of this run in a kind of fun, like 2-hour block.
It is wild how much you can compress into a short time in Stardew with glitches. Now, since we're going to see a whole bunch of different categories, is there any one particular sort of like singular run in this category that's your favorite?
I really like the boat percent speed run. So kind of like there's the main quest of the game, which is to complete the old community center in town. It's kind of a farming life sim game, right? And after you do that, there's a kind of late game area on a little island nearby. So one of the categories is to complete the boat. And the reason I really like the glitch version of this run is it's really funny. Of you spawn in a warp to the island, so you run to the island, you take the boat back, repair it, and then the run ends when you take the boat again back to the island. And I just think that's like the funniest little like tech to, like, you go to the island first to complete and then come back, complete the boat, and then complete the run by technically going to the island again. And that one was like one I developed like actually quite a while ago whenever that got added to the boards originally. And that one's just always been a favorite of mine because it's just extremely silly and very fast.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. So I'm curious with this category, because there's a whole bunch of sort of smaller runs within it. What has been one of the biggest challenges you've faced in learning this glitch every percent?
Yeah, I'm trying to think one little weird, like, it's not quite to the level of like arbitrary code execution or anything, but like basically you paste a bunch of like game commands that the game interprets into your name. So like putting that all together of like, hey, what items do I need? How do I get that? How do I set certain stats, certain ways? Developing like this big long like name for the character to paste in and get everything for 30-ish different runs was kind of the real thing that took just a bunch of time to put together, really.
Oh yeah, because paste. Oh right, there's paste lists. And for those who have no idea what we mean by that, go watch the run. You'll find out. It's wild to see.
You just set yourself as a 1800 or so line name in the game, and it kind of runs itself from there.
It's just normal things. This is Stardew
Just normal
like you've
Stardew
always
things.
seen it. Just normal Stardew. Is there anything else you'd like to mention? Is there anything else folks should know about you, about this run?
Yeah, I do all kinds of other very silly Stardew stuff. In particular about this run, I don't think I've got anything else to say. It really speaks for itself once you start seeing it. But just a plug for checking out Stardew as a speed game. There's all kinds of fun short glitch categories to longer glitchless things. You can brave running the 100% perfection category of it. That's a few dozen hours, but is luckily allowed to be segmented over multiple days. But it's got, I feel like, a little bit of something for everybody, honestly. So that's kind of my main plug, is check that out.
For sure. And I hear you are working on some other new categories as well, not just this glitched every percent. Do you want to give folks a little spoiler of some of those things?
Yeah, no, I'm trying to make farm clear happen, where you spawn into a new file, and the goal is just completely level, clear out the whole farm, all the trees, the rocks, boulders, whatever it is. It's really fun. Just like it's kind of a nice mix of like a highly technical run, as well as there's some interesting like money routing and things like that, and it's also just really satisfying both to watch and to do the run of just like, well, yeah, you gotta chop down all the trees, scythe all the weeds, get rid of everything, make your farm look nice, make your ghost of your grandpa proud.
Does that make him proud?
I like to think so. That's what I always call it in multiplayer runs where there's downtime, and I just, out of a need for enrichment in my enclosure, start clearing the farm. Is that's making grandpa proud.
You know what? That sounds like a fantastic run to maybe see at a future Completithon. After all, we're doing everything. We're clearing out the farm.
Yeah, completely empty the farm.
Hey, that sounds like completion. All right, well, thank you, Zachary, so much for joining me for this interview. I think strongly encourage folks to please go check out this run. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. But in the meantime, keep donating, keep raising money for this fantastic cause, and we'll see you for this Stardew run very soon.